and welcome back to the Wizard's Tower. Today is the second part of my D&D Beginner's Guide series, and we're going to be tackling character creation. What better way to do it than actually create a character with you guys? And Katie is going to create the character she'll be playing in the Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure, which we are going to be filming and will upload to the channel. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's create your characters. Before we start, do you have any ideas about the sort of character you'd like to play?
I was reading up on dwarves last night. I think they look really cool.
And any ideas about class?
I like the idea of a cleric. They're the healer warriors, right?
Yeah, they draw power from their god and they're really good against undead. So, dwarf cleric. And what about you? You can't really play a gold dragon. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Right, let's get started, shall we?
Sure.
We're going to be using the Essentials Kit rulebook, and I believe you already have a race and class in mind?
Yeah, I'm thinking rogue halfling.
Rogue halfling.
Rogue.
Right, so turning to page 4 in the Essentials Kit rulebook. So, first things first, choose a race.
There we go.
Halfling, rogue. Choose class, rogue. You'll be level 1.
Okay.
Okay, and then at first level, you have a proficiency bonus of +2.
A proficiency bonus of +2. Sure.
Next step, we'll go back over your class and race once we've determined your ability scores.
Okay.
There's a few ways you can do this. You can pick from an array that they've got. You can use point buy, but I tend to enjoy using the old roll 4d6.
Okey-dokey.
Drop the lowest, and I also do re-roll ones because, you know, I'm nice.
Sure. Give it a go?
Yeah. So the first roll. Ooh, look at that.
So drop the lowest.
Yeah, 3 5s and a 6. Wow.
Wow, nice.
So 16 to start.
Sure. Keep going.
Yep, you do this another 5 times.
2 1s. Ooh, much better. Wow, 3 6s.
18.
Reroll ones.
Yep.
Oh, both 3s. Okay, so not as good. 13.
13 is still really good.
Oops, daisy.
Oh, Finn.
Do you want to roll some dice, monkey? Is that why?
Is that what it is? You want to turn around and roll some dice?
Reroll the 1. Ooh, nice. So 11 plus 4, 15. Getting better again. Reroll those 2 1s. Do I reroll the 1 again? Or?
Yeah, always re-roll
okay,
1.
that's handy. Way handy. So the lowest is the 4, so another 16.
Yep.
Last one?
Yeah. Hold that 1.
Oh, sorry, I made you jump. So 12 off. That's a bit
Wow,
pants.
that is a really good array of abilities. So what we do with those is that we will allocate them between your 6 abilities. So if you just want to use pencil for now, or well, you can use the pen to be honest, just write. So I'm going to read them out. So strength is measuring physical power.
Okay.
Your dexterity is agility and is one of the kind of prime abilities for a rogue.
Ah, so we need a good one in there.
Yep. Constitution is your endurance, your health. Intelligence is your reasoning and memory.
Okay.
Wisdom is your perception and insight. And charisma is your force of personality.
Okey-doke.
Right. So if we now go to halfling, you know about halflings, they're basically hobbits.
That's why I want to be one.
So your dexterity score will increase by 2.
Oh, so if I just put a +2
Plus
there.
2 next to that
Sure.
one. There's some extra bits in here that we'll go over when we get to them.
Okay.
Your size is small,
Okay, makes sense.
You're 3 feet tall. Your base walking speed is 25 feet.
25 feet, sure.
You also get some extra little things that other races don't. So you're lucky. When you roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack roll, ability check or saving throw, you can re-roll that dice but must use the new one.
Right, handy.
Nice.
Very handy for my dice rolls.
Yeah. You're brave. You have advantage on saving throws against being frightened.
Okay.
And halfling nimbleness. You can move through a space of any creature that is of a size larger than yours.
Which I'm guessing is
Pretty
much most people.
Anything that isn't small or tiny, you can basically run between the legs or whatever. Languages. You speak, read and write Common and Halfling.
Okie dokie.
And then you also do have a sub-race. So there are Lightfoots and there are Stouts. As a Lightfoot Halfling, you can easily hide from notice, even using other people as cover. You're inclined to be affable. In the Forgotten Realms, Lightfoot Halflings have spread the farthest.
Okay.
And are the most common variety.
Okay.
That would give you a charisma score increase, and you would get a naturally stealthy.
Well, that sounds like it's good
ability.
for a rogue, doesn't it?
So
Lightfoot.
let's just have a look at Stout. Stout, you're hardier than average. In Forgotten Realms, these halflings are called Strong Hearts.
Okay.
Your constitution would increase and you get something called Stout Resilience.
I think I'll probably go with Lightfoot.
Lightfoot. So your charisma score increases by 1. And you can attempt to hide even when you're obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you.
Oh,
Yeah.
really, Finn?
Hiya.
Can I hide? Thank you.
Are you going to hide? You'll play a halfling as well. If you've seen my son, everyone knows he wouldn't be playing a turtle. Okay, so did you want to now allocate those scores?
Yeah, now I know I've got extra dex and charisma. So you said that dex is important as a rogue?
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. So do you think...
If I go to the classes...
So probably one of the 16s, so I get a +2. So that'll make it 18, right?
Yep. So under the quick build rules in here, which for you viewers at home, all of the classes have something called a quick build, which is a kind of handy guide to do a sort of typical build of that character. And on the quick build, dexterity should be the highest. Make intelligence your next highest if you want to excel at investigation.
Cool.
Or choose charisma if you want to emphasise deception and social interaction.
I think I can probably put my 3 highest into those. So I'd use a 16 for dex because that would be 18.
Or you could use the 18 and make it 20.
Really? Do you think that would help? Okay.
Well, at 20, you would be gaining a +5 base.
Okay, so I'll get the other 16, so the 18 in dex, the 16 in intelligence,
Yeah.
the other 16 in charisma, but then I get a +1, so that's 17. And then I've got a 15, a 13 and a 12 left for strength, constitution and wisdom. Now constitution is quite important to be high, isn't it, for saving throws and things like that.
Yeah, constitution is your health, so if you're affected by poison or something like that.
I'll probably pop the 15 in there then. And
so wisdom is your ability to see and hear and that kind of thing, so that could do with being...
Well, I've only got a 13 or a 12, so I'll have to be 13 I think. And then I'm not very strong.
Which makes sense.
For a halfling, yeah.
So rogues are essentially thieves, assassins, that kind of thing. You know, you're a nimble character. You get some extra. I'll go through the extra bits that you get, but hit points. So hit dice is 1d8 per level as a rogue. And then hit points at first level, so you get 8 plus your constitution modifier.
Right, so my constitution.
Oh yeah, we should give you your modifiers.
Yeah, should we add that first? It might be easier.
Might be.
Back it
So
up.
if you read them out, I'll tell you what you got.
So strength is 12.
So +1.
So +1. Dexterity is 20.
+5.
+5. Constitution is 15.
Which is +2.
Oh, yeah.
Bless you.
Intelligence is 16.
That's +3.
Wisdom is 13.
Which is +1.
And charisma is 17.
Which is +3.
+3. Excellent. So
as we're at 8 plus that constitution modifier
it's +2.
So you start with 10 hit points.
10 hit points. Woohoo!
And then each time you would level up, you would roll that d8
Brilliant.
and add your constitution modifier, and that's how many extra hit points you get.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so under proficiencies, okay, we have got light armour, and then it's simple weapons, hand crossbows,
Yeah.
long swords,
A longsword for a
yeah,
for a halfling.
which would just be a sword,
Yeah.
rapiers,
Oh, that's more like it.
and short swords.
Okay, cool.
And you also get proficiency in thieves' tools. Makes sense.
Do I start with any of these, or do we work that out later?
We work that out in just
Okay.
a second, actually. So what we can now do is we can start to mark some of this on here rather than filling it all out. So first things first, your proficiency bonus there is, what did I say it was, +2. So just pop a +2 in there. You can fill in your scores and their bonuses down here.
So remind me, which one goes in the big box?
It actually is down to you. There is much debate online about it. Most people tend to put the score in the big box and the bonus in the little box.
Cool.
You can do it whichever way round you.
So that would be a 12 and then a +1.
Oh,
Dexterity is a 20, so +5.
nice.
Constitution is 15, so +2. Intelligence is 16, so +3. Wisdom is 13, +1. And charisma, 17, +3. Sure.
Okie dokie. So we've done that. The next thing you can pop in is your speed, which is at the top on the right of the 3 boxes.
25.
That's 25 feet. We will work out your armor class initiative in a bit. Current hit points. So your hit point maximum at the moment is 10.
Use pencil for this one.
Yep. Okay. And we've got... Okay, so use pencils for the next bits because... oh, actually, no, you can use a pen to fill in the dots. So, class features. You have got proficiency in saving throws of dexterity and intelligence.
Okay.
So what that means is that when you make a saving throw, you would add, say, if you made a dexterity saving throw, you'd have +5 +2.
So currently that's +7.
Yes.
So I'll add that in there now.
And intelligence would be
+5.
+5.
Lovely
The others
jubbly.
are just the straight rolls.
Okay. Fab.
And then skills. So here we're going to fill in the dots again. Choose 4 from the following options.
Okay.
Acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, which is your ability to read people, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Okay. So I get 4 of those.
You get 4 of those. Do you want to know anything about...
Well, I'm thinking stealth is probably quite important, so
That would be...
I will put that one there. So that's Dex.
Yeah.
So
And
is-
then sleight of hand is also your ability to pick locks
Yeah,
and
that's
steal
maybe
things out of
useful.
people's pockets.
So do I get the +5 +2 again for those?
If it's dexterity based, then
Yeah.
yes, you do.
So those are both +7. So I've got 2 of my 4. I'm just looking what else might be useful to have.
So looking at that list for you, so athletics is based on strength, so that's your ability to run, swim, climb. Acrobatics is your ability to balance and, you know, dive out of the way. And
So just remind me here, because so my athletics, that's my strength, that's my lowest one. Is it useful to put that down there because I'd add extra?
you would get your proficiency bonus on top of it, but it depends on how often you're going to be you think you're going to be doing those things.
Probably more acrobatics, I imagine.
That would probably be more useful for a rogue type. What else was on that list? So you've got deception. Depends on whether you want to lie to people or not.
Insight.
Insight is being able to read people, read their intentions.
Sure.
Intimidation is scary. Investigation is being able to hunt for information or
that could be quite
objects
handy,
or
couldn't
things. So like searching for a trap, that kind of thing. Be investigation. Perception is your ability to see and hear and be aware of the world around you. Performance is acting, singing, that kind of thing. Persuasion is the opposite of intimidation. It's you charming people. And we've got the other two covered there.
So my charisma's pretty high as well, so I'm wondering whether persuasion might be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it'll get you out of trouble.
And I can't imagine being a very intimidating halfling, although I'm sure they exist.
I'm sure they do.
But probably not for my character. So yeah, I think persuasion.
Okay.
So that will be a +5.
And
then I'm sort of torn a bit between investigation, perception, and acrobatics.
Okay. So let's take it back a step. Thinking about your rogue halfling character, not about the stats. I mean, what sort of person are they?
I have a feeling that they're quite sneaky just because they are small and they've had to be sort of to get by in life. I guess, yeah, Finn, a bit like you. So for me, then I'm thinking perhaps maybe the perception.
Okay.
So that they're probably like aware, I guess, of.
You've actually got quite a low wisdom as well, so that perception will.
It might boost it.
Boost it a little bit.
So for that would be +3, Finn.
Well done. Okay, so here is your starting equipment. You can fill that in this box.
Sure.
Oh, well, first, before we do that, in this box, you can pop light armour.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Could you read them again?
Yeah, light armour. Simple weapons. Yeah. See, Finn knows them. Hand crossbows. Long swords. Rapiers. Short swords. And thieves' tools. Really? You know it, don't you? Okay, so going back to equipment. Okay, you can take a rapier or a short sword.
I think a rapier is probably more
Okie dokie.
my halfling's cup of tea.
Then you can take a short bow and a quiver of 20 arrows or a short sword.
It'd be good to be ranged.
Yeah.
So short bow.
And 20 arrows.
Uh-huh.
And then you can take a burglar's pack or a dungeoneer's pack or an explorer's pack. So let's just jump ahead a little bit, find out what are in those packs for you. Where are the packs? That's a gaming set. Ah, there we go, right at the top. Missing them. So a dungeoneer's pack is a crowbar, hammer, pittons for climbing.
Okay.
You get rations, water skin, all that kind of stuff, and 50 feet of rope. The explorer's pack is a bedroll, a mess kit, 10 days of rations, water skin, more rope. And then the other one was a burglar's kit, wasn't it? Burglar's kit. This is got a bag of 1,000 ball bearings, 10 feet of string, a bell, candles, crowbar, hammer, pittons, a hooded lantern, some oil, as well as all the other stuff, and rope.
I have a feeling that the explorer's pack might be a bit more down my character's route.
The bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, a water skin, and 50 feet of rope.
What do you think?
Just so you know, the burglar's pack does have the lantern and flask of
That might be more useful, actually.
Yeah.
So burglar's pack.
Just write burglar's pack and we'll refer back to it.
Okay, burglar's pack.
And then you also get leather armour.
Okay.
2 daggers. Thieves' tools.
Ah, that's what I was going to ask about.
Yep. And that's it, actually.
Brilliant.
Right.
Quite
You might get some more based on your background. We'll get to that in a second.
Okie dokie.
So over here, that is where we write the fact that you are lucky, that you are brave, and that you have halfling nimbleness. And
Couldn't spell halfling for a minute there.
and over here is where we write the languages, so you know common and halfling.
Fin as well.
That's it. And then over here again, we write your naturally stealthy.
What does that mean?
The naturally stealthy is that you can attempt to hide it even when you're
the hide.
obscured by a
Yeah, sorry,
creature.
before I just wrote hide.
Everyone can hide. Okay. Okay, here you get expertise. Now, expertise at first level, you can choose 2 of your skills that you are proficient in, or 1 skill and your thieves' tools. Your proficiency bonus is doubled
Oh.
when using those 2 skills.
Ooh, I think so. It's 1 skill and thieves' tools,
Or 2 skills.
I think I'll do 1 skill and
Thieves' tools?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just want to get involved, don't you?
I think. So is it one of the skills that I've already got?
Yes, so you would just put like an E next to it.
Yeah, perception and thieves' tools.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You also get sneak attack.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yep, so you know how to strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can do an extra 1d6 damage to a creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. So you get advantage by being hidden when you attack them, yeah?
Brilliant.
Or anything else that would give you advantage.
Okie dokie.
The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon.
Is a rapier for that?
I believe it is. Let's have a... I'm
It's obviously short bows range.
99% sure it is. It is indeed finesse. You don't need the advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. So if you have an ally or...
Okay, oh cool.
Yeah,
So advantage or 5 feet.
5 feet ally, yeah.
Brilliant.
Sneak attack damage does actually increase as you go up the levels, so it's quite nice.
That's good.
Under languages, put thieves can't, as in cannot, can't, or can't, as it is said. That's basically a written language that's like a secret dialect of thieves. So you can leave each other notes, or you can read things on walls.
Sneaky.
And that's all you get at first level.
Okie doke.
And then later on you'll get some extra bits and bobs. So the last thing that we need to approach before we fill in all the extra details is your background.
Okie doke.
So your background is essentially the life you had before this point,
Okay.
or what you were when you were a bit younger, who you are as a person. It also gives you some nice kind of guidance on the role-playing side of it.
Right, okay.
So the available backgrounds in this book are acolyte, which is the religious, you know, you're basically a priest. Criminal, entertainer, where's the sage, which are researchers essentially, soldier. That's it.
Okay. See, I'm thinking with my hat on, probably criminal.
Criminal is certainly like a good choice for a rogue. So yeah, if you write criminal up next to background, and then next to the or above it or whatever, if you roll a d8, we can see what your specialty was as a criminal.
Oh.
See what type of criminal you were.
7.
7, you were a pickpocket.
Oh, that's quite fitting.
Yeah. So if you turn over the sheet,
Sure.
I believe, yeah. So there's a background piece. If you just want to make a note in there that you were a pickpocket. Okay. And that's it. Okay, and if you flip it back over, so
Sure.
we have a new feature in here, which popping on your pencil. You've got criminal contact.
Okay.
So you have a reliable and trustworthy contact who acts as a liaison to a network of other criminals.
Okay.
You know how to get messages to and from your contact, even over great distances. Specifically, you know the local messengers, corrupt caravan masters, and seedy sailors who can deliver messages for you.
Oh, brilliant.
Alright?
Very handy.
Then we have suggested characteristics. Now, you and I are Agents of Chaos. We like to roll everything. You can pick these.
Oh, let's go for it.
Let's roll it, shall we?
Am I rolling a d8 again, or?
It depends on the table. So
Okay, sure.
for personality trait, you are indeed rolling a d8 again.
Okie dokie. 5.
5. I am incredibly slow to trust.
Okay.
Those who seem the fairest often have the most to hide. Not a very trusting person. Okay, under ideal, you want to roll a d6. In fact, it's d6 for the next 3.
Okie dokie. Let's use this one. So next one is 2.
Freedom is your ideal. Chains are meant to be broken, as are those who would forge them.
Oh.
And though that is a chaotic ideal.
Yeah, it sounds it.
Okay. Let's go with bond. So d6 again.
Just writing chaotic, so I
Yep.
remember. D6 again is a 1.
A 1. Right, your bond is, I'm trying to pay off a debt I owe to a kind benefactor. Are you as well, Finn?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't realise. And then last but by no means least, roll that d6 again. And we'll
My
see what your
floor.
floor is.
6.
Ooh, an innocent person is in prison for a crime I committed. I'm okay with that.
Oh gosh, okay. In prison for my crime, and I'm okay with it.
Yep.
Maybe I just didn't like them.
Yeah, it could be like, could be a horrible person. Could have stitched them up on purpose. Oh, really, Finn? Okay, so in addition to that lot, you get some extra skills and tool proficiencies
Ooh,
and all
lovely.
kinds of things. So you get deception and stealth.
Ooh, that's one of them I was going to go for as well.
And stealth you have
I
gone
already
for.
have,
So in
so-
that case, you get to pick one skill of your choice.
Oh, brilliant.
Yep,
That's
because you've already got it. So
awesome. So the other one I was going to, I was umming and ahhing about was acrobatics, so I think
Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
okay, that makes total sense.
There we go.
Oh, bless you. Okay, you also gain tool proficiency in a gaming set of your choice and thieves' tools. Now, obviously, you already have thieves' tools. You don't get to double it or anything.
Ah,
Sorry.
okay.
Gaming set. Let's have a look at what their gaming sets are. Right. This item encompasses a wide range of gaming pieces, including dice and decks of cards. Few common examples appear on the tools table, but other kinds of gaming sets exist. If you are proficient with the gaming set, you can add your proficiency bonus to ability checks you make to play a game.
Okay.
So basically pick a gaming set. So that could be, like I said, dice or...
I think dice. Thinking
dice.
about my background.
Yeah, you're going to be a
yeah.
dice person.
So do I have those, or am I just proficient in those?
Oh, so very good. You are proficient. in them.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Let's pick me up some dice.
You do at some point, yeah. Right, and then equipment, you also gain a crowbar,
Ooh.
a set of dark common clothes with a hood, and a pouch containing 15 gold pieces, which you can write, yeah, just there. Obviously, right, class and level is Rogue 1.
Rogue One.
You're a Lightfoot halfling.
Oops, I started rating halfling, so...
Yeah, halfling, Lightfoot, whichever way round. Would you like to randomly decide your height and weight?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
go for
flip
it.
it over. So, halflings. So, we'll do this on here because it's like basically a math thing.
Yeah.
So, your base height is 2'7". And then you add plus 2d4 to that height in inches. So roll the d4 twice.
2, 4, so 6.
Yeah, and just note down that 6 somewhere because you use it in a second.
Inches.
Yeah. So what would that make you? How many inches are in a foot?
I have no idea.
I believe it's 12.
Is it?
Yes. So anyway, next up, your starting weight is 35 pounds. And then you add on to that the result of your 2d4
6.
times 1.
Just times 1, so 6.
So add 6 pounds
So
onto
41.
that. Yeah. And just so that I know, let me quickly look up how many inches in a foot. Never. Yeah. I always look it up and then I forget how many inches in 1 foot. There we go. It's 12. It is 12. I thought.
So I'm 3'1".
You're 3'1".
And I weigh 41 pounds.
41 pounds. Nice. I always like to have a little look just to see how that actually falls into what they say. 3 feet tall and weigh about 40 pounds. So
there we go.
You
On the nose.
Slightly over average. Okie dokie. Next thing is we need to pick your alignment. So alignment, if you think of it like a crosshairs, along one crosshair you have got good, neutral and evil. Okay, and then along the other crosshair you have got lawful, chaotic, and
neutral?
That's it. No, yeah, lawful, neutral and chaotic. So chaos is being a slightly more selfish, whereas lawful is abiding by the law.
I'm definitely, from my backgrounds and looking at the different traits I've got, and leaning towards the chaotic side.
Chaotic. So chaotic is definitely one of them.
But I don't think I'm necessarily evil.
I wouldn't think you are. So under chaos, you could be chaotic neutral. They follow their whims, holding their personal freedom above all else. Many barbarians and rogues and some bards are chaotic neutral. Or
Does sound quite fitting.
chaotic good characters act on their conscience directs, with little regard for what others expect. Copper dragons, many elves and unicorns are chaotic good.
I think I'm probably chaotic neutral.
Yes, because you don't want to be a unicorn.
No. Well, I do. So chaotic neutral.
Yep. You've done background. I think you've done most of what's on there. Experience points are 0 at the moment for obvious reasons. Oh, hit dice, you've got a d8 in there.
Armour class? How do we work that one out?
So, your armour class. What armour did you have? Oh, yeah,
I've
we
got
haven't
leather
actually filled
armour.
in your bits and bobs, have we?
Leather armour so far.
I'm just getting to the bits on equipment, and then we can start working out all of that. So, it's leather armour. 11 plus your dexterity modifier.
So dex modifier is +5.
So 16 armour, which is the same as most warriors in heavy armour.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Fab.
Chainmail is also armour class 16, so that's pretty good. Okay, and then what weapons did you have?
I've got a rapier and a short bow plus 20 arrows.
And daggers, haven't you?
And 2 daggers.
Yeah, so the rapier, in this box up here, the top one, if you put in your rapier...
Yeah.
Okay, it is a finesse weapon, so it uses your dexterity.
Ooh,
so the
brilliant.
attack bonus on it will be dexterity, and you are proficient in it.
So
you will,
+7.
+7 is your attack bonus. The damage for a rapier is 1d8. Then it's plus your dexterity modifier, and it's P for piercing.
So would that be +5 or +7?
+5.
+5,
You don't
and
get your
it's
proficiency
piercing.
in damage. Yeah.
Okay,
So
brilliant.
piercing, so that does quite a lot. Piercing is quite nice as well. Okay, the other thing was a short bow.
Yeah.
And I believe short bows also use dexterity. I do want to check though. Ranged weapons. Yep, dexterity.
So again, plus
It
7.
will be plus 7 again.
And the damage for that one?
The damage is 1d6 piercing, so it'll be just 1d6 piercing. You don't get your dex on that.
Okay.
I believe. Really? Okie dokie.
And the daggers?
The daggers, if I can find them, you've got 2 of those. They are also finesse.
So plus 7?
So plus 7, and they do 1d4 piercing.
Oh, okay.
Right, you might want to note somewhere in this box, your short bow has a range of 80 to 320 feet.
Okie dokie.
And it obviously uses arrows.
Oh, and I've got 20 arrows. I'll write that down too.
And your daggers are light, and light means you can use both of them at the same time and you know, 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
But they can also be thrown at 20 to 60 feet.
Brilliant.
Which is very, very useful. Just checking on that damage because my brain has gone completely to mush. No, you do add your dexterity to that.
To both or just the daggers?
And the bow.
Short bow?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So 1d6 plus 5, 1d4 plus 5.
Was there anything else? I think everything else we've got pretty much covered. So your passive perception is 10 plus your what would be your bonus. So
For perception?
Yeah, and you've...
Plus 3.
Yeah, but you've D'd it, haven't you?
Yeah, so double that, so 16.
Yes. Passive perception is 16.
And that's because I got the expertise.
You've put
so
the
it's doubled.
expertise in.
Brilliant.
That is correct. You don't have any inspiration at the moment. Initiative is your dexterity bonus.
So plus 5.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And I believe that's you done. Let's have a look. You can fill these bits in later if you want.
Yeah, I need some time to think about a name.
I thought so. And age, eyes, skin, hair. But that's okay. We can leave some surprises for when we actually return. So, back to you viewers at home. We have just completed the character. All of the roles and the choices that were made. Katie can now go away, think about names, that kind of thing. And this will be the character that will be running Dragon of Icefire Peak.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the second episode of my D&D Beginner's Guide. Are you happy with your character?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Join us next week, or me next week, because you won't be here talking about rules. We're going to look at the core rules. It will be a very brief look. It's not going to be that in-depth. I'm not going to teach you every facet of D&D, but it'll be a quick look. If you enjoy this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.